What's up, brothers and sisters? It's your brother G World 7_D. Now, I've shown you this book before, The African Origins of Classical Civilization by G.J. Campbell Dunn. Now, he is a historian that's based in New Zealand, if I'm correct. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to make this video quick, and I'm going to get to my point real quick and tie some quick knots. I want to turn to page 146, all right? And this is what I had highlighted this before when I read this book. Okay, here it is. Let me get it focused. Before 2000 BC, here it is. Before 2000 BC, Africa between the Niger and the Nile had numerous lakes and rivers. The Sahara had not yet aridified. The original home of the Minoans may have been in African agriculture near Lake Chad, which was much larger then than it is now. Their migration to Crete may have been in response to the increasingly dry conditions in Africa. I'm going to stop there. And you got to pick up certain things, pick up words like I just said. Before 2000 BC, Africa between Niger and the Nile had numerous lakes and rivers. The Sahara had now aridified. The original home of the Minoans may have been in Africa agriculture near Lake Chad, which is much larger than it is now. Their migration to Crete may have been to respond to the increasingly dry conditions in Africa. Now, I've said this over and over again. Now, first off, this explained that they used boats to travel in and out within Africa and in the Americas. That they had the knowledge to navigate and to travel. If you look at images of the Minoans, you see ships. You see images of the Egyptians, you see ships. Because brothers and sisters, not only in Africa but in America, had the concept of building boats out of wood and traveling, not only locally doing local travel, but also doing international travel. And then it talks about how this area dried up. Now, how do we know that this area dried up? I had to dig for my other books, but what I can tell you is that, one, you can tell by rock art painting. And I mentioned it before in previous videos. There's rock art paintings showing people in the area which is now the Sahara, which is dried up, fishing in water no longer exists. Two, you have water-based animals that once was there that's buried deeper under the sand, but then their fossils have been found, but it was in an area of the desert or buried deep in the desert, and then people happen to, and then the archaeologists happen to discover it and dig it up. Three, NASA area photos that show you different ridges and grooves, showing you that water was once there, but it dried up. All right, it dried up. And it happened also, too, with the Anasazi. When you look at the area, there was once water in certain regions, but that area dried up. All right, so that's why one of the reasons why their civilization was abandoned, as well as you probably had many invasions, too. But their area was abandoned. That's why a lot of these civilizations, a lot of their downfall, well, some of them may have declined due to the fact that certain regions, they traveled by water, used ships, and as the area dried up, it was no use for them no more. All right, I'm emphasizing this now is that lots of times over time, the area will change. Like I said, you had mega lakes in Africa. They no longer exist. All right. With the area now as the Sahara, used to have a bunch of lakes and rivers where people were able to travel about, fish, and do everything. That dried up. That no longer exists. We were able to see that, know this image through NASA area photos. That's how another image that we know the Earth is round, because you have NASA area photos orbiting the air. Satellites orbiting the sky, giving you photos of how the Earth looks. The Earth is round. Right? That's not even up for debate, man. It really isn't. It is not. But I'm going to get even more detailed than that. But I want to focus on our history because I have so much I want to talk about the Vikings, the Celts, and these other black groups that came here to the Americas, and other groups that are in the Americas, and they sailed out. All right. But we can't get caught up with frivolous BS, man, because that's not gonna get us anywhere. We also gotta understand how the Earth rotates, how maybe has something to do with the Earth rotation and the position that the Earth's in with its wobble, how it rotates, why the Sahara is dry at this point. So we gotta really do our study and our research, and we can't just go out there and throw out nonsensical nonsense that really just doesn't make any sense. Because you gotta understand that if the Earth was flat, if a flat Earth cannot rotate like that, and you would not have different seasons. You would have not had the Sahara the way it is. The Sahara was not always there, and then recently, geologists went there and they put a large pipeline down there, and there's water deep under the sand. They were pumping water out. This, like I said, I study history and science. That's my life, man. I've been still doing this for years, and I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, we can prove our true history by using science. And there's a lot of BS that they've used. They try to back up and use racism to try to cover up the truth. But man, these fools are telling themselves. And people know that all these ancient civilizations were Negroes. Man, I want to show you images of Angkor Wat. All right. Those are the Khmer people of Cambodia. And I'm going to show that real quick since I'm here. That wasn't my main focus, but I'm going to show you that because so-called Negroes run around the world. Here's my book by Michael Cole. It's called Angkor and the Khmer Civilization. Now, what I want to show you this, since I just brought up Angkor, I'm going to show you the images. First of all, you see this lady here. She's a modern day, what you call mulatto, a mixed breed. Now, you can tell the Negro up in her, man. But I want to show you the images of ancient Angkor since I was on this subject, because I said how black folks traveled the world and we ruled the world. All right? We weren't just situated in one location. Here's the image of a woman from Angkor. Look at her little braided hair on top right here. And obviously you see breasts. I really, this is educational, but this is an image right here. All right? Look what she's wearing, the beaded. I've been studying this all my life. And here here's another image of Angkor. And this is one of the main subjects I want to talk about. These are little diminutive Negroes, man. Look at this. You can tell by the features, man. These are nothing but straight up Negroes, unmixed, the woolly ass hair. Look at this. Look at how that's built. You see some of the fortresses like in the Americas and over in Africa. Okay. But this is Cambodia. But I want to show you some other pictures real quick. Since I skipped over to this real quick. But I want to show you something that, brothers and sisters, that you got to pick up on. All right. Images of our people globally. All right. This is Asia. This is Cambodia. All right. And how the main emphasis is how people moved about all over the world, how they traveled. They weren't just situated in one location. Oh, this is an artist rendition of them right here. All right. Still got that little Negro feature, but I want to get more graphic in the pictures. Yeah. Little Negroes here, but that's not the one I want to show. See this? Little Negro here. As area dried up, they moved to different locations and to build in other locations. Look at these little Negroes here. Look at their hair. All right. Look at the temple of Angkor. Look how they carved into rock. I emphasize that how they carved into rock goes. They had this technology globally, and they spread around the world, and they lined this civilization up in a certain geographical line, man. Look at this. Now this is in the jungles. You can obviously tell that, man. You can probably tell who this is. They carved into rock. Now look, these are modern people there now, and you can tell a lot of them are mixed anyway. These are mixed people, all right? But how the original people look. Look at this. Dwarfy little Negro right here. All these images of the Negroes. And like I said, our people traveled the world. They wasn't just located and landlocked in one location. This is Angkor right here. And my main emphasis wasn't about them, and this, that comes to this book. This is obvious right here, right here. Look at this. This is like that image that you see in that show Good Times. They show them people's hands sticking up in the air, that little painting. These little Negroes right here. This is over in Asia. Like I said, our people traveled around the world, and they weren't just landlocked. And that's why I read that stuff that just came by. I initially wanted to focus on that, but a lot of our people, there's many of our people who knew the world was round. It wasn't just, they didn't think of the world was flat. Many of them knew that the world was round. All right, and I want to emphasize that. All right, but I want to tell you how, I want to tie that in, how you knew about a lot of the once great lakes that existed in Africa and in Americas, how they no longer exist. You can tell by using NASA satellite photos. And NASA satellite photos we use to also show that the Earth is round. All right, so I don't understand it, but I'm also going to probably do one. I am going to do one eventually on the solar system, because that needs to be done, because there's so much lying about our history, even the knowledge of our history and what we've done. But this is, I showed you images of Angkor. I'm gonna get more in depth with that now. Excuse me, in the future. But there's so much other stuff that I wanted to talk about. But I want to show you the image of this book from G.J. Campbell Dunn, and talk about the Great Lakes that were there and how they no longer there, how the area dried up, you know, and lots of times that has to do with the position of the sun in certain parts of the earth, how the sun rotates, you know. So this is not me making anything up, man. That's one of the reasons why those areas dried up. Now, there are people who tell you there was over irrigation and all that stuff, but no, that's one of the reasons why the areas dried up. All right. So this is some information I'm gonna give. I'm gonna get even more in depth with this, man, because this needs to be talked about. Because I have other stuff that deals with rock art. I have this book called African Rock Art that shows you the different rock art throughout the regions of the Sahara and the Kalahari before that area became desert. Those areas became desert. All right, that people once existed there. So that tells you how the earth can change. You know, the atmosphere of the earth can change, and the environment. Whatever. So, that's me doing this video today. I'm gonna finish up. Peace and love, brothers and sisters. Continue to learn and continue to grow. Continue to seek that knowledge. Continue to love who you are. Continue to learn who you are. Do not let anyone tell you that you're just descendant of African slaves. It was nonsense, because most of us are already here. All right, most of us are already here. All right, brothers and sisters, I love you. Continue to get that knowledge, man. Get back your history. Get it all back. I'm giving out sources, all right? I'm giving out sources. You gotta do all your research, man. Don't believe in this goofy stuff that's being thrown out on the internet, man, because it makes no sense. All right. Peace and love.